Welcome to the Conquer Your Mountain podcast. I am your host, Jeremy Reid, and you have come across Monday Motivation. We are going to actually do 2 podcasts a week. Monday, we've got Monday Motivation. It's a shorter, one topic, kind of in your face rant by me. And then every Thursday, we've got your full episode where we usually have a guest and we dive neck deep into all things weight loss, self-improvement, obesity, eating disorders, everything, that I'm kind of passionate about. So this is Monday Motivation. And you know what? I can't think of a better topic to start the Monday Motivation with than the number one question I have ever gotten as I've been in the health and fitness industry. And that's, how do I start? How do I start my weight loss journey? Where do I begin? What do I do? And this is a very common question, and I think it really boils down to not that people really don't know what to do. Like, if they sat down and actually thought about it, they'd be able to kind of reverse engineer, hey, okay, I don't need to drink regular soda, or I don't need to eat candy. But what happens is a lot of people live in fear. They live in fear, and it keeps them from ever starting. I mean, this is, living in fear of their past failures, or fear of the unknown, or fear that they're too far gone or past saving. I've even gotten a surprising amount of question of people that have not started their journey because of fear of loose skin, that they're going to lose all this weight and then they're going to, they're afraid of what they're going to look like in the end. Now, I'll take a side note on that. After losing over 130 pounds myself, after interacting with many clients who've lost even over 200 pounds, I can tell you that loose skin, when you're talking about massive weight loss, loose skin is likely going to happen. But it is not going to be to the extent that you think it will be. Many times we lose the fat faster than our skin can actually shrink up. And so over time, your skin will actually get tighter. But I'll tell you, the amount of time, and just think about this, just the reality, the amount of time that someone sees you naked or near naked, what percentage of your life is that? I mean, right now, just analyze your life. What percentage of your day does anyone else on the planet see you naked or near naked? It's what? Less than 1% probably, realistically. I mean, maybe if you have a close boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, they're going to see you for, a little bit. But other than that, you're fully clothed probably. And so even if, worst case scenario, you have incredibly bad loose skin, it's going to be covered up 99.9% of the time. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that it is worth it. It is worth the loose skin. And yes, I do have some. People look at some of my photos, my topless, photos, or some of the photos where I'm showing more skin, and they're like, hey, did you get skin removal surgery, or did you, no, I've never had surgery, but I do have loose skin. A little bit. It's gotten better, and it's certainly gotten better as I've added more muscle to my frame. It's kind of stretched it out. But I still have it. And I've had clients that have it, and I've had clients that lost a tremendous amount of weight with me and got skin removal surgery. And they look phenomenal now. Phenomenal. They've got abs. They don't have saggy anything anymore. So there's a solution for everything. So I certainly wouldn't allow loose skin to hold you back from starting. So, okay, rant over. Sorry, rant over about the loose skin. So that's a lot of times why people, they don't start because they live in fear. And then there's other times in the past, and I think if you've ever tried dieting in the past, or you've tried weight loss attempts in the past, think about it. Most of the time, I bet that you tried something because you were externally motivated by something. Either you saw an advertisement or a friend or an influencer on social media that essentially, or in a roundabout way, convinced you to start. They convinced you to do something. You were externally motivated. Just like we are when we watch a really cool motivational YouTube video, right? Where we watch some pump you up YouTube video, or we listen to some song, or we see something and it sparks this external motivation in us. And there, we have this short burst of, yeah, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to really hit it hard. And at that point, we are relying on willpower to get us through it. And we only have a small amount of willpower. It's not ever never ending. And so that's why a lot of times when we make these kind of impulsive decisions to start a weight loss journey, and then we stop there with the motivation and we just keep going, our willpower dies out and we fall off. And there's your roller coaster that all of us inevitably have been on from one point or another. We must, at some point, At some point in our journey, we must become internally inspired by emotions of what we're wanting out of this. Again, we must be internally inspired by emotions for what we're wanting out of this. Create a vision. What are you wanting? What do you want to look like? What do you want to feel like? I've talked about this in the previous podcast, and I'm going to talk about it probably in every single podcast going forward. Create a vision. Why are you doing this? Create your why. Have it be something that's truly, truly important to you so that you can actually go after something with emotion behind it. And then it just comes down to action. Now, even if you were, externally motivated by something and you take action, phenomenal. Great job. Keep that going. But if that's where you're at right now, if you can't honestly say that you haven't sat down and created a clear vision for what you're going after, then do that immediately. Do that today. Continue the action, but create your vision, create your why, because that's going to propel you into further action, into more long-term sustainable action. And you know what? Sometimes the action comes before the belief. If you're sitting here holding yourself back because you fear that you're too far gone or you're past saving, sometimes we just need to put one foot in front of the other and actually just take action. Start dissecting your life. Start reverse engineering the things that need to happen. You want to lose 100 pounds? Okay, sit down with a notepad and a pen and go, I need to lose 100 pounds. What is that going to entail? It's going to entail getting in line what I'm putting in my body, what I'm putting in my mouth, my food, my beverages. It's going to mean moving my body in a different way than I currently am. And start breaking that down. Okay, what does healthy eating look like for you? What, where are you at now and what can you do? And sometimes we really, and I can't say that enough because that's another huge point of where people fail is that they try to change too much too fast. We really do need to start small. Baby steps up that mountain. Don't try to conquer the whole friggin' mountain. Baby steps. I commonly in this, and if I'm dealing with somebody who's had massive challenges in the past or they've had tons of roller coaster style experiences, I will start small and I'll tell them right off the bat, hey, look, this is going to take you a little bit longer. Set your expectations accordingly because we're going to start slower, but the end result is you're not going to fall off in 60 days like you have the last 4 times. And I've done this a lot and it's been highly successful. And so if this sounds like you, if you've tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed all over the time in the past, start small. Pick one thing in your life, one behavior, one task that you're going to change this week and spend the next 7 days mastering that task. I would recommend, and this is my normal recommendation, is breakfast. Start with a healthy breakfast. Let that be the task for this next week. Spend the next 7 days mastering eating a healthy breakfast in the morning. Keep everything else exactly how you have been. Don't change a thing. Don't even worry about it. Don't even think about it. Make healthy decisions if you feel inclined to, but you know what? You're going to master eating a healthy breakfast. And then next week, you're going to pick another thing. Maybe that's going to be going out for a 20 or 30-minute walk every single day. You're going to make that a commitment. You're going to master that. And at that same time, you're still going to be eating your healthy breakfast. Now you're going out for a walk. Week 3, you add something else. So now you're still eating a healthy breakfast. Now you're going for a walk. And now you're going to tackle some food prep for lunch. That's it, just lunch. So now you've eaten a healthy breakfast and a healthy lunch, and you're going on a 30-minute walk. I guarantee you at the end of 21 days, by changing 3 things, you're going to see the scale move. I guarantee it. And if I'm not, come back here and tell me I'm wrong. But if you actually do it and you focus, you will see the scale move in 3 weeks, 21 days. And that didn't cost you a dime. I just gave you that for free. Now, for other people, they do need much more. They need a coach. They need someone like me. They need the accountability. They need someone in their corner to talk them off the ledge on the random Thursday night when, they've had a rough day at work or their marriage is on the rocks and all they feel like is diving into the cupboard. They need that coach in their life. They need that access point. And I am that to so many people around the world. My phone is constantly dinging, and I don't mind because I love what I do. I love helping people. But my phone is constantly dinging. And that's good because the second I answer back, my clients are on point and in line, and they're continuing to make progress. Another thing is constantly be goal focused. Even if you're starting small, Even if you're just taking baby steps, I want you to constantly have that end goal, that end vision in your head. Train yourself, literally train yourself to associate your end goal with as many of your daily tasks and behaviors as possible. Train yourself to keep yourself on point, to keep yourself goal motivated. You'd be surprised at how many people start off with really good intentions. They start off with a fantastic plan, but they allow themselves to get distracted by life. They allow themselves to be overcome by the day-to-day just nuances of life, the repetitive routine that we get in. And before you know it, 2 weeks, 3 weeks has gone by and they haven't even thought about their goals. They're still, kind of going to the gym, kind of eating healthy, but they have not thought about their goals once in weeks. How are you supposed to put in all the effort needed to lose 100 pounds, 200 pounds, or even 60 pounds? How are you supposed to put in all that effort if you aren't even consciously thinking about why you're going there in the first place? It's not going to happen. You're going to end up talking yourself out of going to the gym more than once. You're going to end up justifying eating, the donut that's in the break room. You're going to justify eating, pizza for dinner or whatever. You're not going to stick to what the plan is because you're not goal centered. And so constantly be goal focused. Train yourself, like I said, train yourself to associate your goals with as many of your daily tasks and behaviors as possible. This will keep you in line. And I guarantee if you do this, you're going to see much further progress than if you didn't. All right? Thank you so much for listening. It's been my honor. And I'll say, if you got any sort of motivation, any sort of inspiration, information, entertainment, whatever it may be from this, all I ask is that you share it with one friend or with your friends, anyone that might get some value out of this. And please subscribe, comment, and rate us on iTunes. That's how we get on the list. That's how we get up the ranks. So please subscribe, comment, and rate us on iTunes. Much, much appreciated. I am Jeremy Reid. You've been listening to the Conquer Your Mountain podcast. We'll see you next time. Peace.